Hey guys, this is Sormuka with a quick guide to the new feature introduced in Conquest of Paradise to Europa Universalis 4, and that's the native buildings. When you were playing Apache before the Conquest of Paradise, they would have a limited amount of buildings to build, if at all any, and they would kind of struggle with their money and they would like spiral out of control and become insanely huge, like thousands, tens of thousands of ducats just waiting for the Europeans to grab. So Paradox introduced these native buildings and we'll take a look at them. So the first one is Earthwork, local defensiveness plus 25%, and this is a popular percentage, so you will see it multiple times in the future as well. And the Palisade, which will increase the fort level, which is basically just like a rampart. Next one is Fortified House, which is a unique building. I'm not sure why they are mixed in the basic buildings, but it's a unique building, so you can build it only once, and this will increase your land force limit by 10, which is incredible. Your basic force limit most of the time will be just 4, which I am at right now. This will just triple it, more than triple it, for 10 gold. The next one is Ceremonial Fire Pit, which is another unique building, and this will decrease the advisor cost by 50%. That's incredible again. These buildings, like all of them, are super overpowered, at least for their price. Like 10 gold for 50% less for the advisors. Like, look at this. I can hire, like, for example, this +2 guy, and it will cost me just 2 gold monthly. Yeah, fair. Fair, at least for the native tribes, right? They are so far behind in other respects that this is fair. This will enable you to accumulate a little bit more power. Next one is Irrigation, which will increase the local tax modifier by 25%, which is basically just like a constable, which increases the tax modifier by a percentage. Next one is a Storehouse with the local production efficiency plus 25%, again 25%, really popular percentage by quarter. And the Longhouse, which is almost like a temple, which increases the local tax income by 1. And another unique building, Sweat Lodge, which will increase your diplomatic reputation by +3. This would cost again hundreds, maybe thousands of ducats for the Europeans, if they indeed had this building available. And the next one is Great Trail, which increases the local manpower modifier by 25%. That's again insane. And the last one is Three Sisters Field, which will increase the goods produced by 25%. Generally, when you arrive in your destination, if you are migrating indeed, because if you migrate, you will lose all your buildings. Keep this in mind, guys. I didn't do it, and I built some buildings over there, and they are left there, and there's nothing I can do about it. They are lost to me right now. So if you are migrating, migrate to your destination, which I think will be this province for me, and then start buildings. Because in the beginning you will not be swimming in money yet. And then I guess the first one will be Irrigation or Longhouse, whichever is like better for you, which will bring you more money to your coffers. And then whatever really you fancy, I think all of them, you should rebuild everything everywhere, because you will still swim in money. Like by the time you will get to the reformation of your government, you will have thousands, 3, 4, 5,000, yeah, even with all the buildings built. So you should really spend your money and build everything everywhere. And I was like kind of fancy, and I built all these unique buildings in my capital, of course. But that's another thing you should really keep in mind, guys. You will be like on top of everything. Everything will be super cheap, your army will be huge, even though it will be weak. As soon as you click this button, everything will change. Yes, you will be technologically more advanced, but don't forget, you will lose everything from the native thingies. Not just the ideas, not just the federations, or the ability to migrate, which by the time will not be there anyway, but also all the buildings. So your advisors will be again super expensive. If you have the +3 ones, you will lose like the fake temples and constables, so you will have to build them, the proper ones. You will lose all these unique buildings as well, so you will be over the limit most of the time with your army. So as soon as you change your government, check this out and start rebuilding all these buildings. You should have enough money to do it, well, at least in a while. And yeah, so these are the new native buildings in Europa Universalis 4, Conquest of Paradise. Thanks for watching guys, and until next time, bye bye!